Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Here we go. We've got a lot of North Texas weather to talk about over the next few minutes and throughout the hour. Of course, we are tracking this cold snap that we're currently in. And, well, what about this winter storm as we get into Thursday and Friday, this potential snowstorm? The details on that are evolving this morning, and there is some new information I want to pass along over the next few minutes in regards specifically to that winter storm. Again, more on that coming up. But again, this would be our Tuesday, pretty similar temperature-wise to what we had out there yesterday. Upper 30s to right around 40. You will notice increase in cloud cover. Not quite as sunny today. And again, the winds will be lighter today. So wind chill factors not much or as much of a factor as what we saw yesterday. This is where we started the morning. Again, brutally cold out the door neighborhood temperatures here. You can see the big airport DFW officially down to 25 right around sunrise. Again, earlier this morning, widespread 20s across North Texas, but for a second day in a row up along the Red River Valley locations like Bowie, even back over through Sherman, the Bonham area, down into the teens. So again, absolutely frigidly cold up along the Red River Valley. Now again, you can see, if you look carefully, a little bit of blue showing up on radar. This is what we call virga, right? So above the surface, as some of this cloud cover tries to move in today, there could be a few snowflakes, but we're so dry, what we call below the cloud base or subcloud base, so dry, meaning not a lot of humidity, that basically those little crystal snowflakes, they're not going to reach the surface. So we're completely dry today, regardless of what you see on radar. We're essentially dry tomorrow. Again, it's going to be Thursday and a Friday that we begin to turn the corner and offer that opportunity of some precipitation. But again, all eyes continue to be out to the southwest, and the reason why, this is our approaching upper level storm system. Take a look at this here. Again, you can see the big dip. It's now being carved out in the jet stream. And again, all the newest data continues to indicate this is going to take a very low, slow track directly into the Lone Star State. And along with, again, the cold weather that we're currently seeing out there, this air mass, simply put, is really not going to modify, right? It's going to be cold today, cold tomorrow, cold into Thursday. So again, upper level storm system loaded with Pacific tropical moisture moving over this air mass is still kind of at least the combination, 1-2 punch, if you will, to try and get this wintry weather to go. Again, you can see here's the track. Look how low, look how slow it is. And then eventually here it comes out into the Lone Star State. Precipitation blossoms. Look at that. Thursday night, Friday. And then quickly that storm system does begin to push on off. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the data. We're within the range now of some of this being high res, okay? The high res will stop, and then we'll switch back over to a global model, okay? So some of this will look good, some of this will not look quite as good, but the details are beginning to evolve. This is what I'm talking about. Let me go and roll this into motion, and we'll kind of fast forward all the way into Thursday. So here's Thursday morning. Notice we're seeing a little bit less in the way of blue snow and more in the way of mix. It appears as though just above the surface we may have a very thin layer of warm air. We call it a warm nose, and we may have more in the way of sleet, snow, kind of a mix, maybe a few raindrops mixed in all of it. And because of that, some of the snow accumulations, we may begin to edge those down depending on how this data plays out, right? So we're still tracking it, kind of holding the forecast for now. But again, that would be through a good part of the day on Thursday. Switching back over to the global model, you can see it's really going to be Thursday night where we really transition once the atmosphere completely cools down to snow before we quickly taper that off Friday morning. So because of that, we do have a new winter storm watch. Counties in blue does include all of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex Thursday into parts of Friday. And again, I have moved my pink mix line a little bit further to the north up into the Metroplex. Could still be 2 to 4 off to the northeast. I'm putting 1 to 4 through the pink area. Again, if there's a little bit more in the way of sleet or raindrops, again, could kind of mix down some of those snow totals. Again, I do still continue to think there could be some travel impacts and some closings around the area. We'll track that carefully. Again, otherwise 40s today. Again, with the lighter wind, the wind chill factor will not be as big of a deal. If you are making evening plans, temperatures through the 30s, but again, wind chill factors this evening through the 20s. All of us are back down into the 20s overnight, bitterly cold. We're still dry, even as we get into tomorrow, back essentially into the 40s. And then there it is, Thursday into Friday. Here comes that opportunity of wintry weather moving in. More coming up.